Welcome to MicroID's Blue Cloud project. So before we start explaining about our project, let's watch some demo videos, like short videos clips. Okay, so watch it and enjoy it. Now we can use our app to open door. Smart controller accepts Bluetooth. So using the Bluetooth app, we'll press the button and we get granted access. Additionally, we can use QR to access the door. The QR is generated dynamically. When a valid QR is shown, the door access is granted. Dynamic QR using link. Just click the link, login. Select your desired login. Then once successful, you are able to access the QR. Now let's use the QR to access the door. Successful. QR only will last for 15 seconds. After that, you need to refresh the page to get a new QR. So that's the main purpose of dynamic QR. So our purpose here is that we want to show that we can actually use our handphone as our primary object that can give us grant access. In a normal conventional way, previously we can use them as remote, where the handphone has an app that it goes to the cloud, then from the cloud it gives the access. But here we're trying to emphasize that we are not going to use the handphone can be, whether it's connected to the cloud or not, we are still able to use the handphone to still get granted access. The two other methods that we can use that is actually the QR and the Bluetooth, where the handphone can generate a QR and they're able to give us a grant access, or even when we press a button that it gives a Bluetooth signal that it will give us a grant access. So these things can be used in the app which is installed in the phone. Okay? That is the purpose that we are trying to emphasize here. Then additionally, other access methods are our conventional methods, which are the card or the PIN. Okay? So we are trying to bring up a method of access control that we can cooperate with the Bluetooth, QR and the card access, maybe the PIN as well, into one. From the demo videos, we have learned that we can actually use our controller to receive signals. For instance, from the app, it is able to transmit a Bluetooth signal for the door to be opened. Alternatively, we can actually use a QR to show, a QR display to show to the QR reader to open the door as well. Now the question is, how do we manage the phone apps? The phone is with the tenant or the user itself. Then how do we control them? So we control the users via the cloud server. So only the user is connected to the cloud. The controllers are not. That means the controllers doesn't have any informations or installations needed. There's no card installation, there's no PIN installation or any type of installations to be done in the controller. The users are only thing that we manage from the cloud. The moment we give a grant to the user that they can use the controller, the user is able to use it. So what are the advantages of having offline hardware? Well, for first, there's no internet dependencies. That means there's no server down, network down, local down, or any other network words for saying that the connectivity is down. There's no such thing. 2, suitable for places where networking is hard. You can't lay a network cable. You are not able to bring a cable, or to change the infrastructure also is quite hard. So you can avoid those things with the offline hardware. 3, avoid expensive internet connections. You see, sometimes you needed to put a controller and have a 4G or 3G just to get it to run. That means you needed to have a connectivity just to upload cards and delete cards. So in that case, I say 4G and 5G is just having a monthly subscription for no reasons. And it is suitable for unmonitored places. So unmonitored places are such as you don't need records, transaction records. You just have to have accessibility. Okay, then you can actually make use of this offline hardware. But to tell you the truth, even though I say it's offline hardware, our hardwares are dual process. You can actually use it as offline or even online. Okay, online purposes, if you have all the connectivities, you want to go through all this internet connections, monitoring and all that, you can actually connect it to the online itself and collect the records. But we are trying to emphasize that we have a solution that goes offline. So the places where we can use them are such as, you can see Airbnb, like maybe a public event or private events for entrance purposes, or maybe an island or some places where you have no other facilities. Okay, but there are internets, but it's offline. What do you call that? You can't lay cables and create a network communications. So you want to be able to have access control in each private places, or maybe self check-in gated house system. So today we have a lot of gated communities and places where the guard is quite expensive, and you can actually use our QR system, which the people in the gated community can actually send visitor QR to their visitors, and it makes it advantageous for them. Co-working places. So now, like say some person has their own room or private rooms, they are able to actually give their room to someone else who's going to use it. So in that kind of situation also, they can have this QR system or Bluetooth system. Okay, all this while I've been explaining for no reasons. Let's go to our highlight of our project, the Blue Cloud. So first we look into the admin portal. So the Blue Cloud admin portal is our web development. Okay? It runs on the cloud itself. You are able to access it with the web URL. And let me explain to you how the software works, and we will give you a demo or video of the software. Okay, so let's access our admin portal. So our admin portal is Blue Cloud Admin. Okay, self IP, that's our list. So we have two ways to access our page, right? We have two ways we can access the login method, either with using Google or Apple. Okay, so we can, right now my account I am just using my Google, so let me access my Google and access via my Google. Okay, so this is my tenant page. Okay, let me show you how to add a tenant. Tenants are the persons, the users who are using the phone apps. Okay, so let's see the tenants, and let me open my app, phone app, owners here, and let's click the informations. So either I need to give this ID number to you, maybe, or else I scan the ID through the QR. So this ID is printed on the page here. Okay, so you can actually add that. So now I add, it's successfully added. As you can see that before I add, I can change the date and time. Okay, when is my accessibility supposed to be? Okay, default is for 1 year, or maybe you can increase your years if you feel like that you want to go more than any years. All right, so let's see here. Let me refresh my phone here. I will have a list there. Even here, I will see the new person added here, Dharma. Okay, so you can see when are the dates he is allowed. You want to set some remarks, or specifically you want to do some changes to the person, also you can do the changes. As you can see here, the marking here is red, orange. Red is already expired, orange is still early. That means the person's time is today's date is 21st, so this is going to be on 22nd of March, so that's why it's still in orange condition. So it's not expired, but it's not on time yet. Okay, let's explore other features that this admin has. Okay, what we have is settings. Okay, in settings we have name. Okay, so you can edit your name. You can specify how many buttons type you can use. Okay, so it reflects on the thing. It reflects on the phone app. Okay, here this passcode. This is the most important thing. You don't share this passcode to anyone. This passcode is the one we add into the controller. Token is some kind of reference that we will add into the controller. And this is a particular identification notice. So these two things, passcode and token, these are the two things we will add into the controller, so the controller is able to identify. Then these are the settings we can allow as a default settings. So whenever we add the user, we can just click on this and make it as your default settings. So this way you don't need to multiple times change on the tenant side here, where you don't need to come here and do the changes separately. Alright, so that's all. The admin portal is very simple and straightforward. The main purpose of the admin portal is you are able to add the tenant or delete the tenants and give accessibility, whether you enable the Bluetooth, okay, whether you enable the QR, or specifically you want to change their additional button types. Okay, you want to change the button types. Right, so let me save this. Alright, let's look into our last section, dynamic QR or visitor QR generation. Now let's generate a QR. First, you add a particular person, give a name. In our case here, we're going to give Nurul. Alright, now select your date and time, your limited validity time. Okay, you can select from which date to which time. Click OK. Now you can say the name and duration. Just click add. Now we added or generated a link for our QR. Copy the link. You can go towards your WhatsApp and paste it here. Then you can just send the QR to the particular person. So this is how we generate a QR and send the QR to our visitor. Now let's deep dive into our phone app. Our phone app is known as the client app. And just now what we saw was the cloud portal, which was the admin. So admin is cloud, phone is client. This is our micro ID Blue Cloud client app. Our client app has included the most popular login method, Google and Apple. Let's log in into our app and explore what the app has to offer. As you can see, we have buttons. Okay, this is where we can click on buttons. It has site selections. Right, we'll explore that even further. And we have visitor. Okay, this is the site where we can actually generate visitor links. Okay, so this is the page for visitor links. And we have owner sites. Owner sites are the where we are our owners. That means which are the sites we are linked to right now. Let's check out our button page. This is our main page. As you can see, this side we have 4 buttons. It works with Bluetooth and QR at the same time. And we have another side which has only 1 button and has Bluetooth and QR as well. And let's see my office. It only has Bluetooth. So this is our button page, which enables us to interact with our controller. Now let's check out the visitor dynamic page. This doesn't allow us to create visitor, this site. Let's select some other site which can allows us. Okay, so as you can see that this site allows us to create visitor link. Let us explore more on this on our next video. So on the visitor page, let's add a visitor. Click on the icon add. You can enter the name of your visitor. Okay, let's say for this we are writing the micro ID visitor. Then you can select the date and time, okay, when they are allowed in. Okay, you can see start date, then select for end date, and let's choose some time and set and add it. As you can see, now we have added micro ID visitor. Now let's share the link. Click on the share button. Let's go to a WhatsApp, search for one of my colleagues, and I'll send that QR. That's it. We have successfully sent a dynamic QR link to a visitor. Blue Cloud QR web app. For tenants, we have phone apps. But for temporary visitors, it's not required to install a phone app. Temporary visitors or whoever is coming to visit, they most probably will be coming only one time or only for the few days. But asking them to install a phone app is not feasible. So the QR link that we gave, they just have to use the link to open up a QR web page. And this web page will act as a web app. And to tell you, micro ID, our URL link is non-transferable QR, and as well it's non-copyable QR. So the QR link is tied to that particular person, and only that person only able to use that QR link. Let's see when the visitor gets the QR what they will do. Visitor just has to click on the link and the browser will be open, which will take them to a login page. Visitor can choose their own login method. Once they log in, for new users it will request for photo. So you can take a photo and upload the photo. Now voila, you have your visitor QR. This is a dynamic QR. You can click on the QR, which will enlarge, make it look much more clearer as this. And you can wait for 15 seconds and you will see that the QR will disappear. The QR only lasts for 15 seconds. After that, you need to click on refresh again so that you are able to use it again. Now let's check out our phone app. Refresh the page and you will be able to see who has registered with the link. That's it. Now we have a complete solution for dynamic QR with tenant app. Okay, before we end our video, let's try to log in with a different email. Okay, a different user. As you can see, this is the arrow code displays that no other users is able to use the same link. So this was our Blue Cloud project. In this project, we have introduced to you 3 different components. One was the admin portal, then the second part was the client app, and the third one was the QR link. So with this, we are done with the software. So what's good about having a software and there's no hardware? So we will look into the hardware now. Smart converter or smart controller. It's just very small, just like your RFID card. It's just smaller than RFID card. So the smart converter or controller, the settings can be set in the web browser, which is built in the MCU itself. You can, the basis on the settings, we will discuss that in later videos, or you can go and see in our YouTube. So what are the functions or peripherals does this smart converter has? One of it is it only has one relay output, okay, and one reader. Actually, it has two readers. Reader 1 comes with the button, and reader 2 comes with door sensor input. Or the reader 2 actually can be used as the vegan output. So this is where the converter becomes. So when it's as a controller, you have reader 1 and reader 2. When it's as a smart converter, it has reader 1 and the reader 2 becomes a vegan output. What else we have? So we do have 433 megahertz receiver as optional. You can directly add a 433 receiver on the board itself and make use of it as a 433 controller. I mean, you can actually use it as a remote to open doors or close doors. But it has more than other than that. You can actually make use of 433 and set time zone to it and all that and control it. What are the times that you will allow the remote to work? Okay, this is something that you can't have it with the other 433 or remote functions. Okay, we can actually create multiple different types of 433 buttons and give them a different profile. Next, we have RTC. RTC is the one which gives the time profile workings and few other functions for the RTC. So RTC for the purpose of clocking. Okay. Then we have RS485. So this RS485 is mainly used for the QR reader. So the QR reader 485 is connected to RS485. So QR in our cases, it has a lot of data because it's dynamic QR. It has a long data. It's not just a vegan output. It's information with encrypted data. So 485 will be the best choice for to input those long strings of data. Smart controller just works as a standalone controller. Connected to Wi-Fi, okay, maybe. But smart controller is just a controller. It just works as any other controllers. You don't need to have any external hardware to add it to it. Except for when you want to use QR, then you need to add a QR reader. But for Bluetooth, you are able to go along with it. Okay, so now you have a controller. It can able to enable door open, close, barrier open, those kind of functions you can add directly from the controller. Okay. The user is managed from the Blue Cloud server. That's it. It's very simple. So how about when you're using it as a smart converter? Same setup. Okay, it's the same setup as the controller, but only a slight additional difference. You can see that the converter is, we moved it away from the door, okay, and we have an existing controller. So the existing controller. So now the converter can be added to the controller. Using the smart converter with the existing controller as a reader. So the converter is actually converting the Bluetooth to vegan or encrypted QR to vegan. So the controller is not only our own micro ID controllers. You can actually use existing controllers from any providers as long as they are able to accept vegan input. So you manage using the Blue Cloud, you manage only the Bluetooth or QR accessibilities, then leave all the rest to the controller to do the functionality. So based on the controller, you can existing controllers if they have a software or every reports and anything, that you can use the existing one without any interruption. So just imagine that you have an existing customer who says that you want to go for Bluetooth. You just can add our converter into that. If they say that they're going to use a QR for additional accessibilities, or they're going to use a QR they want to set up as visitor access, then you just add the converter with the existing controller. This is our next board, Smart I/O board. So this I/O board has the interlock function. It has what I call that, our panic button functions, and few other functions actually. More details you can look into our I/O board series. So this I/O board accepts Bluetooth. That means for those who have our I/O board for other use cases and all that, like for panic button or automations functionalities, you can actually right now add a Bluetooth app and trigger them. He has 4 inputs here. So even though our Bluetooth app has until 4 buttons, you can trigger each one of it for each functionality. This is our latest product known as Blue Lock. The Blue Lock stands for Bluetooth Lock. So this board is very small enough that we can fit it inside a EM lock. So in normal cases, we have EM locks which can say, so we can fit into this small area here, EM lock there, this entire board. So this will be our next release, where we will be actually trying to produce a EM lock itself, where you can use your Bluetooth button to trigger and open. This will end up helping reducing wiring and installations and make it much more seamless